I can think of several benefits of having an industrial placement year, and for me the most exciting one is that opportunity to apply what you've learnt in the first 2 years of your degree to a real world setting. So there might be concepts that you've learnt in lectures, we've talked about in workshops, and you can see how those are applied on a larger scale in industry, for example, or to a commercial setting. Or there might be techniques that you've carried out on a small scale in our teaching labs, for example, and you can then see how they can be applied, for example, in the pharmaceutical industry or on a much larger scale. One last benefit you might think of for an industrial placement is developing those professional skills and really building your employability. So you'll be working alongside professionals and you'll be developing your own skills in these, but it will also give you a huge range of opportunities to demonstrate those skills that you'll be really valuable when you're applying for jobs afterwards. It's a great opportunity for you to show how you can work as part of a team but make a really valuable contribution alongside your own work, but to working within that team environment in that commercial setting. Hopefully you'll get a good reference from your placement supervisor, perhaps even the possibility of continuing to work for them after your degree. And most of our placements do offer a salary, which is always welcome. Well, we're really excited that we offer degrees with industrial placement years right across all our subject areas, so physics, chemistry and forensic science degrees. And so you can appreciate the huge range of roles and the kind of range of organisations that our students go into. And I think we're quite lucky geographically being in the southeast, because we've got a huge range of companies on our doorstep, really, ranging from smaller, perhaps more specialist organisations to huge multinational organisations, for example in technology or pharmaceuticals. And we've got quite a good record of students going into a range of organisations. So it's up to the students to apply to organisations right across the UK, sometimes even further afield if we're able to support that. And they can really choose the kind of organisations that appeal to them, but more specifically looking at the kind of roles that are available. So students going on to be involved, for example, in analytical roles in a lot of these companies, or development roles. In the School of Physical Sciences, we have one member of academic staff who will act as industrial placement coordinator, and they'll help oversee the process right through from when you might be starting to prepare your CV at the end of the first year, through that placement year, and then welcoming you back to the University of Kent for the third year of your degree. So from writing CVs and cover letters and filling out application forms, we're really grateful that we've got the support of an award-winning Careers and Employability Service here at the University of Kent, and their support is really invaluable to help guide us through that process and make sure we're as prepared as we can be for things like interviews and when they come along. The Industrial Placement Coordinator at the University of Kent meets with students, is in regular contact, and that academic will also visit you on placement at least once, but usually twice during that placement. They'll be in contact with you monthly by email just to check how things are going. But the visits to you on placement are a really good opportunity for us to see how the placement's going, how you're settling in. Is the placement unfolding in the way we'd hoped? Are you getting really valuable experiences and opportunities to develop as we'd hoped? It's also a really good opportunity to meet with your supervisor, to hear from their side how you're settling in, and perhaps to discuss the format of the project report and the project presentation that will be assessed when you come back to the University of Kent, just to make sure we're all thinking along the same lines. You're going to have the opportunity to write that report and presentation as we'd hope. When you come back to the University of Kent, you'll meet with the Industrial Placement Coordinator to have a brief informal debriefing with other returning students, so you can get to see some familiar faces as you settle back into the final year of your studies. And then when we assess the presentations, we've organised almost a mini symposium afternoon to really celebrate the successes of the students on placement, really look at the achievements they've made, and that's a really nice opportunity to hear about what people have been working on their placements. And I think it's quite important for inspiring the following students in their second years. So we want to be able to really celebrate the achievements of our students when they return to University of Kent for their final year of their studies.